Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And this is Rogue. Rogue wanted to be on this side of me where I can't really help her be tall. No. And Hank is sitting right here. He wants to be part of the video, but he doesn't want to stand up or sit up. He's tall. He's a big guy. But he's here leaning on my leg saying, me too, me too. Yeah. So it is almost the end of March and this year is flying by. We are still in the 90s, although it's supposed to only be lower 90s today. So it's been an interesting month for sure. So I have some crochet to show you, but I'm going to have to pause for that. And so I had my crochet way out of my reach because I didn't want anything on it. So yeah, well, I made another. I might have made two, but I don't know where the other one is. Granny Square flower. This is supposed to be an apple blossom. And I was midway through another one. And I just lost my mojo and said, okay, enough. But it's another one of those where I have to make 4 little ones and then put them together. And I was thinking last night that I really should, with the ones I have, put them together and start putting them together as I go, because it's going to become massive. Pause, because my son was leaving the house and he doesn't like it when I'm recording as he's walking around, because then he has to be really quiet. And he does respectfully try to be really quiet, but I'd rather pause the video and let him do his thing. His birthday is on April 8th, and I don't wait until his birthday to give him his birthday presents because usually I'm making them. So he already knows this, but I finished Scrat, the little coaster. Oh, well, I guess I didn't finish it. I have to put this hand back on. You're supposed to glue them on, and I'm not real fond of gluing on crochet stuff, and I almost sewed it on, and I should have, because then it would have just been there. So I'm going to have to glue it on again. In order for I don't like hot glue, and if I did, then I would only have to glue it once. But since I don't like hot glue, I have to put a lot of glue and let it dry and put some more and let it dry. And there's his little face. I wish his mouth was, you know, more like that, but anyway. That's, well, almost done. And then I have kind of a finish on Crossstitch. So I was working on Moonlit Moth, and I did the moon, and I was going to the wings, and I haven't cut the threads because I'm not positive I like it, but here's the finish so far. It doesn't look like the picture. It kind of does, but I have to let it sit for a while and come back and decide if I'm okay with it. That was something that my art teacher taught me. You know, when you keep erasing or repainting or fixing some art piece that you have, it's like you're not making it any better, you're just making it different. Walk away from it, step away from it, and come back, and you'll see it with fresh eyes, and then you'll know whether or not it's something that you want to change. So as I look at it, I'm becoming more okay with it. Does it look like the picture? It doesn't, but I did my best, and it's kind of sort of like the picture. The moon I'm much happier with. I'm glad I redid it. The only other thing is that there's a sparkle that I put all over the moth, and then let's see if you can see it. Slight little sparkle here in these little stars, and I was planning on putting it on this moon, not on this wing things, but on the moon. But I kind of like it not, so I haven't decided that either. But it might be a finish. We'll see. If I finish cutting off the threads and all that, it might be a finish. And then I have a new start. This is one of the free patterns from this year's Nashville, the America Berry, and I kind of like it better than the one I was planning for the 250th, or one of the ones I was planning for that. So I went ahead and started it, and this is 2 days work on it so far. But I'll work on this every Sunday for some period of time. If I don't pick it up during the rest of the week, I'll work on it on Sundays. So, but I like the way that's looking. And this is one of the fabrics that was given to me by my friend Vicky. Hold on a second, this is driving me nuts. This little hair on the video. I know you can't see it, but I could. So it's beautiful. It's so soft, and I really love it. And I have another piece of it's left that might be big enough for something small. So I'm really excited about that. Now, that big US flag that I bought that I'm working on, and here's a picture of it. This is where I am so far. I've not done as much in the last couple of days as, put it the right way, as I would like to have. I wanted to do 2 to 3 a day, and I think in the last couple of days I haven't done that. And part of that is that traveling the thread, not traveling, but I try to use the threads. Let me fold it up a little bit so it's easier to manage. I don't want a whole bunch of the same color right by each other, and then the satin stitches take forever. Lazy daisy stitches are, not difficult, but you need to make sure they look right. And of course, I'm kind of changing them up here and there where it's not exactly like a lazy daisy, just to add a little bit of interest. So this flower, you can't really see it. Didn't come out like my head, like it was pictured in my head. And I wanted it more like, there's another one kind of like that. Like the way this one came out, and this one right here, but it didn't. But I'm happy with it when I look at it, the overall picture, and just trying to make sure that I don't have the same color next to the same color over and over again. So anyway, I worked on that today, but I work on it every day for a little while, except there was one day when I don't know what was going on, but I didn't get to it that day. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get behind. And then I kind of briefly mentioned the temperature. This is this year's temperature chart, Temperature Pets. And I'm working on the cat and dog one, which I believe is this one, but I'm going to do it in this format. So After this month, I'll move down and do the next one here, I think. I might go ahead and put the cat here and do them 4 across and 3 down instead of 3 across and 4 down. Because I have the space over here and it's not really anything enough to do anything with. So I might do that. And you can see that's the second to hottest color that I have. So if it gets much hotter this year, yeah, if it gets a little bit hotter, yeah. But if it gets much hotter than that, I'm going to have to pick another color. Hank is laying around and playing, so sorry. Hank, why don't you come up here and lie down? No? Okay. Lie down somewhere. Anyway, I shudder to think what the summer's going to be like if it's already in the upper 90s. And we hit it 104 day already this year. We normally aren't over 100 until May. The dogs wanted outside. Now, little dog will want back in about a minute, and I'll have to pause the video again. But that's the way it is with pets, you know. So every month, I didn't get this back centered here. Every month I do WIPGO. And on my WIPGO, each square has 5 days on a project and a new start. Because I want to start my things that I've purchased them, I want to work on them. But in addition to that, because I put just 5 days, in addition to that, I also chose 2 projects that I want to concentrate on that month for the remaining time. That's going to be difficult in April. I'll talk about that later. But one of those 2 projects was the Moonlit Moth, which I'm maybe done with. The other one is the Chronicles of Narnia. This is by Stitching Book Club. And I am in this lower section right here. This is the final section. And I'm not going to get it done this month, and I knew I wasn't going to get it done this month. So I spent more time on Moonlit Moth because I wanted to try to finish it. But this is where I am so far. Now, before this, I had a little bit of this done in this top part, and then just a little bit up here. None of the bloom. So I will work on that again today and tomorrow, and then I'm putting it away for the next time. But I feel like I'm getting a decent amount of work done on it, where the next time I work on it, maybe I can finish it. So. This is We Do Geek by CrazzyStitch. And I am on the Hunger Game part here. So I finished And the Odds Are. So now I have to do Ever in Our Favor. And then after that, I'm going to have to squeeze in the bottom part. Not squeeze a lot to where it looks weird, I don't think. But either that or completely take out the references to fireflies. So I don't know. I wish I had started closer to the top and paid more attention as I was going down to maybe inch it up a little bit on each one, because there's big gaps in between. So it's not I think that it wouldn't run off the fabric if I left it just like it is, but I'd have about that much at the bottom, and I want to avoid that. So I don't remember what WIPGO and New Start went with what WIPGO with on WIPGO, what New Start went with what WIP. So I'm going to show you a WIP and a New Start, whether they're the ones that go together or not. And there were 3 for April. Next year I might not put anything in the 3rd slot. Okay, so Trick or Treat, it's a Barbara Anna. 5 days on this is what my plan is for April. And I am not gonna likely stitch the whole thing because my plan is to make a stand-up. So I'm not really sure what I want to do. I might do the whole thing and not make a stand-up. But this is where I am. So on I for sure I'm gonna do the pumpkins that she's holding, and if I did just this much with the pumpkins, I think it might be cute, but will it be too lopsided? So I might do this plant, and then not any of this, and not this. So I wouldn't be cutting off a whole lot, but that's not a whole lot to stitch if I decide to do that. I stopped because I didn't have the thread here for the face. So I'm gonna have to look that up and get all the thread, make sure I have all the threads back in the thing. And this is a New Start. I put these 2 together because they're both in magazines. This is called Christmas Chaos, and it is by, I forgot to look who it was by. It is by Mara Warwick of the Stitcherhood. Warmick. I don't know. I should have my glasses on, and I don't. I don't have anything of it, and I don't have a planned fabric to put it on. I have plenty of fabric that I can choose for that. And then another WIPGO call was Sea Turtle, and this is by VI Crossstitch, VI Crossstitch. I already did one of these. It's a group of 6. I don't have a real big start on this, so it's quite a bit to work on. I know I have all my threads everywhere. So that is just this right here and going across. So not a lot. I want to do the border across, and then I'll start on the inner part and then do the borders down. You know how it goes. And the New Start going with that is from this year's market. I chose it because I had to choose a different New Start, and I had all the market pieces there with me. And the reason I had to choose a different New Start was because I had put the same New Start in 2 slots. So I'm choosing to do, let's put this right side up. Beach Quaker by Primrose Cottage. And this wasn't one of the Under the Waves patterns, but I went ahead and got it because it's under the waves. And I'm doing this on another piece of fabric given to me by my friend Vicky. And I dunked it a little bit in some blue dye. I know I got a little spot on there, but it won't matter. To give it just a little bit more modeling. Got more on it than I intended to. But as predicted, Rogue started barking. So this does have a lot of the same threads as another piece that I wanted to start, and I can't even remember what it is right now, but I may start that one around the same time. I may not, you know, because they're just in the same bag, because they are sharing quite a few threads. Not that the designers planned that, they just happen to have the same threads. And then the last call from WIPGO was 5 days on Pueblo Pottery #2. I'm hoping this won't take me 5 days. I'm working on this one here, and this is as far as I've gotten. I didn't work on it a long time, and these are very small, so I don't think it'll take me 5 days to work on that. And the new start that goes with that, Ladybug Picnic. And I had some pink fabric that I took on the Three Sisters video, but it was 14 count, and I was talking about how the difference between that one and Botanical Bee, you know, that which is on 32 count. And my sister said, "Don't you have a pink? Look through your fabrics that Vicky gave you." And sure enough, isn't this beautiful? So this is what I'm going to do it on. This is much bigger than what I need. I need a piece this big. So I'll have more to use for something else. I won't cut it down like I did this one, but I'm not going to start in the middle either. I mean, start in the middle of the pattern, but not in the middle of the fabric. Now, the reason I have this out is because one of the two I happen to choose to concentrate on for April is Botanical Bee. Now, I want to give this more than a day, more than a few. If you add up 15 for the 3 projects that are 5 days, and then 3 more days for the new starts. I give each new start a day, and I try to pick a day where I have all day to work on it, but you know, sometimes that doesn't work out. But I want to have split the rest of my time between, which isn't a lot, you know, only 30 days in April. Between Botanical Bee, and I have the bee almost done, not quite done. I need to finish the other wing, and I'll look at it, and I have some leaves that go in there, and then the bottom and the top part. So quite a bit of stitching left to do, but see how far I get on the ladybug. Probably not as much. And the other one I wanted to concentrate on is I forgot Botanical Bee and Ladybug Picnic are by Hands-On Design, and the Pueblo Pottery 2 is by Southwest Decoratives. This is Boomerang Stitches Ruby Throated Hummingbird. I am nowhere near done with this, and so at the most I'll get through 3 days. Let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 30 minus 18, and divided by 2. You know, so not a lot. This is where I am right now. It's got a thread parked in front. I don't know why. This is where I am now. This right here is where the leaf starts, I think. But there might be one more of these flowers. And maybe that's why I have that parked there, maybe to use in another flower. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more flower. One more flower, and then another, and then the leaf. So it's not a huge pattern, but I still have quite a bit left to do. I love this pattern. It's so beautiful. Her patterns are just gorgeous. I like a lot of them from this market. That is all that I have. I am going to try in in crochet, to just keep working on my my granny squares, and then like I said, I'll probably pull them out, and those that are already what is the word for it? The word escapes me. Those that are ready, I will go ahead and see, lay them out and see if I can find a way that I want to put them together. I kind of would like to have these 3D flowers near those that are more flat, and just kind of alternate that. So I am 20, almost over 30, I think, into 60. So I have about half. And I saw a pattern of little bags, not purses, maybe they are purses, I don't know, bags like that, about like that, made with large granny squares, and I may look up the pattern on that and see if I want to work on that, because I have a lot of extra yarn and I want to get rid of it. I want to use it so that I don't feel guilty about buying more yarn. And the yarn that I have out here isn't even half of it. I do work on that in the evenings, like past 9 o'clock, when I'm just, my eyes are tired or something. And I don't, if I'm cross stitching and I feel like continuing to cross stitch, I'm going to do that. But if I'm cross stitching and I'm feeling like my eyes are sore or whatever, I'm going to go to crochet. But mostly it's late evening till bedtime that I work on crochet. And lately I haven't been crocheting anything because the granny squares were frustrating me. And I don't like that feeling, but I want to persevere and finish all 50. Did I say 60 before? It's 50. So I'm more than halfway through. And once I finish all of these and decide how I want to arrange them and put them together, I think I'll put them together with black yarn or white yarn. I have a lot of both, and needs to be in some kind of neutral so that all the different colors will be fine with it. So I have full days of cross stitch ahead of me and crochet. I need to finish the reindeer that I've been working on. I need to get it and put it over here where it's handy near me so that I'll remember to work on it. Out of sight, out of mind, you know. And then I have a shawl, a knitted shawl that I was working on that's very much like the blanket. I moved it because it was getting dusty and I didn't want it getting dirty. Where each section was a different stitch and different, but using the same colors over and over. And I was not halfway, but pretty far into that. I think it was less than halfway. I don't know. And I would like to at least go until I run out of those yarns, and then bind it off and be done with it. But it's pretty and it's soft, and I started on it. I might as well finish it, So I may bring that out and work on that in the evenings. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you guys are planning on a great April. I hope everything's going well for you. And happy stitching.